Let's dive straight into this explainer of the absolute most hyped automotive legend ever created. We're tracking the evolution of the Toyota Supra.
$2 million. Yep, you heard that right. That is the literal, mind-blowing auction price someone just paid for a 90s Toyota. So you gotta ask yourself, how exactly did a Japanese commuter brand engineer a hypercar-slaying cultural phenomenon? Well, the answer is a ruthless 40-year war of relentless innovation. Let's get into it.
We are looking at 5 distinct eras here, decades of total street and track dominance. But to really understand this $2 million hype we're seeing today, we actually have to start way back in the shadows.
Section 1. The birth of a legend. Escaping the Celica.
Okay, picture this. The year is 1978, and a beast is quietly waiting to be unleashed. Originally, this thing was badged as the Celica XX in Japan. Toyota deliberately stretched out the wheelbase for one very specific reason. They needed the space to cram a massive 2-liter inline-6 engine right under the hood. They were literally laying the blueprint for a dynasty. But, you know, the first attempt, it actually had a pretty fatal flaw.
10.24 seconds. I mean, back in 1981, hitting 60 miles per hour took an absolute eternity. It was really a grand tourer, not a predator. But behind closed doors, Toyota engineers were secretly plotting an upgrade that would violently shake up the entire automotive industry.
Which brings us to Section 2. Breaking the Celica shadow, the technological arms race.
So, by the mid-1980s, an all-out engineering war is brewing. And in 1986, the Supra finally severed its ties with the Celica. The Celica was kind of banished to being front-wheel drive, while the newly independent Supra became Toyota's elite rear-wheel drive technology showcase. The training wheels were officially off, guys. Just look at the sheer violence of this evolution right here. Horsepower essentially doubled in just a few short years as turbochargers really entered the fray. By 1987, the 7M GTE engine pushed output well past the 200 horsepower mark. But get this, Toyota was holding back their absolute ultimate weapon exclusively for Japan.
The Japanese exclusive JZ-A70R completely dropped a hammer with the 1JZ twin-turbo engine under the hood. Car and Driver literally called it a masterpiece that terrified the competition. They even said it surpassed the legendary rival Nissan GT-R. So the 80s ended with the Supra demanding serious respect, but the 1990s? Oh man, they were about to rewrite the laws of physics entirely.
Section 3. The JDM Apex Predator. The immortal A80.
Welcome to May 1993, and the absolute, undisputed climax of Japanese engineering. Enter the immortal 2JZ GTE engine. Let me be clear, this 3-liter twin-turbo inline-6 is the exact reason the Supra commands millions today. It featured this indestructible cast-iron block that was capable of handling mind-numbing amounts of boost, and Toyota bolted it directly to a bulletproof GetRag 6-speed manual transmission.
But straight-line speed just wasn't enough for them. Toyota armed this beast with massive 17-inch wheels, heavy-duty 4-piston brakes, and a highly sophisticated double wishbone suspension. I mean, it wasn't just fast. It was actively embarrassing the world's most elite, exotic European supercars on the track. And because of that, its legacy became completely untouchable. It conquered Group A Motorsport and absolutely dominated Super GT racing in Japan. It was the undisputed, immortal king of the streets. And then, in 2002, production just completely vanished. Total silence.
For 17 agonizing years, there was nothing but silence, wild rumors, and endless teases. The entire automotive world was left breathless, asking one seemingly impossible question. How do you resurrect a god without completely disappointing millions of die-hard fans?
Section 4. Rebirth and Final Farewell, the GR Supra. The shocking answer finally arrived at the 2019 Detroit Auto Show, and it came through a highly controversial corporate alliance. See, to make a pure sports car financially viable in the modern era, Toyota actually partnered with BMW. Built in Austria on a shared platform with the Z4, purists were initially outraged. But you know what? The second they actually got behind the wheel, the debate died instantly. It was a lethal rear-wheel drive track weapon. And Toyota Gazoo Racing, they weren't finished. They systematically refined the chassis over the years, and in 2023, they dropped the ultimate mic. They gave us a manual transmission. Add in a tire-smoking hairpin plus mode and a confirmed entry into the grueling 2025 Nürburgring 24-hour race, yeah, the new Supra absolutely proved its bloodline.
But, as we know, every high-octane ride has to find its finish line. Official records have now confirmed the GR Supra will permanently cease production in March of 2026. The legend is going out with an ultra-exclusive final edition. We're talking a strictly limited 150-unit run overseas and a very special MKV send-off for the US.
So as the final engines rev down on this incredible 50-year dynasty, we're really left captivated. From a heavy 1978 Celica trim level, to a $2 million tuner's dream, to a modern precision instrument. Seriously, what machine on earth could ever dethrone the mighty Supra? Let that sink in for a minute. Thanks for tuning into this explainer. Keep questioning, and we'll catch you in the next one.